What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to share 3 different types of SMS messages that your customers will love and will help you get more repeat purchases and even higher average order value from your customers and really help with your customer retention over time. So a couple weeks ago, I did a video reviewing some of the research that Klaviyo put out recently about SMS marketing. They had surveyed thousands of people and put together this full report. So I'm not going to go through all that again. Just go check out that other video if you want to see the full comprehensive thing. But one of the main takeaways I wanted to do a follow-up video on about this specifically, because for a lot of business owners, as they get started with SMS marketing, they're not sure what to send people in those SMS messages. A lot of it probably because you might have concerns that maybe you just don't really want to do SMS marketing, or you are just really worried about annoying people and making them want to unsubscribe and ignore your brand and all of that. So the good news is that more consumers than ever not only are using and buying from SMS marketing, but a lot of consumers actually prefer it. So especially the younger buyers, but actually it spans across all age groups. So if you're hesitant, I would definitely say, like I have been saying in a lot of videos recently, to go ahead and start building your SMS list now, even if you're not going to use it anytime in the near future, because you will regret not having it in the near future. I can almost guarantee that. So, but for those of you who are ready to get started, these are the types of messages that consumers overwhelmingly want, meaning that I'm going to go over 3 types, and then I'm also going to mention a couple of types that consumers don't want, because one of those is one of the most common types of SMS messages that marketers are sending right now. So the first type, the number one thing that consumers want to get from SMS are order, delivery, and shipping confirmations. So what we've found, or what the research shows as well, is that consumers, they don't subscribe to as many SMS lists as they do email lists. So they tend to save that for their favorite brands or brands where they're the most interested in getting a discount from right now. So especially if it's like a higher ticket item and they've already picked out the brand and product, and they might just be opting in, waiting for a special deal, or brands that they are actively shopping with now. So then when it comes to the messages they want, because this is usually going to be a purchase they actually care about, they want to make sure that they're getting all of those updates as quickly as possible. So they don't want it to get lost in their email inbox. They want to get it straight to their messaging app on their phone. So and this is super easy to set up. You can do this in Klaviyo or Shopify. There's a bunch of other SMS services out there, but it's super easy to get set up. And people, normally you'll have a little checkbox during the checkout process on Shopify, if that's what your website is using, where people can just check that they want to get SMS updates. And that's one of the most common ways that people opt into your SMS list. So you definitely want to have this set up where you have these automations in place where you're sending out the order confirmation, delivery confirmation, and shipping confirmation messages through SMS. That way people can stay up to date with what's going on with their purchase. The second type of SMS message that consumers like to get from brands are discounts and promotions, obviously, but especially any kind of discount or promotion that's related to past purchases. So if especially when it comes to consumable products, so talking about supplements, skincare, all that kind of stuff, anything that someone has purchased in the past, if you're running a promotion on that particular product, or you just want to offer up a discount to them and make that discount a lot more enticing, you can tie it specifically to products they've purchased in the past, or either products that are highly complementary to products they've purchased in the past. And ideally you would make the connection between the two. So you would reference that previous purchase and then try to cross-sell or upsell them on this other purchase. So people are really wanting, for one thing, people expect to get better deals from SMS. A lot of brands are giving up their better offers, their better coupons and discount codes through SMS as opposed to email, just as a way to incentivize getting people on that SMS list. So a lot of those people are actually on the list waiting for a good deal from your brand. So people definitely want those. And of course, everyone loves saving money. So who would really, be too mad, assuming they like your brand, they like your products, how mad could they possibly get if you're texting them about a great deal? And then then finally, the third type of SMS messages that consumers love are messages related to your loyalty program, any kind of, rewards program you have, or birthday deals. So if you don't have any kind of loyalty program set up, I highly recommend getting a loyalty program set up with different ways where they can earn points. One of those meaning they can give you their birthday, and then different ways they can redeem rewards. And a fun one that people really like, and you'll notice a lot of the big brands like Starbucks do this, are giving out birthday specials, whether it's a free gift or a coupon code or a gift card, whatever. And these things go a long way, and loyalty programs are especially great for customer retention and driving repeat purchases. And it's another way to make the communication that you're doing through your marketing more personalized to them. It's just a lot more interesting to get a text message about, with something that they have exclusive access to through the loyalty program, especially if you have tiers and they're a higher up tier and they're a VIP, and they can get access to a deal, because a lot of times these deals, they're exclusive to them, but also they're a lot of times time sensitive, which is great because it just helps, add that urgency to drive that purchase. But again, it's just not the same old generic message that everyone else is getting. So it just feels more personalized. And that's really the big thing here, is that consumers want a more personalized experience with brands. And the more you can do that, the more they not only will stay loyal to your brand, but the more likely they are to then refer other customers to your brand. So again, I'm not going to go into great detail on all these different things. If you want, leave a comment below and I can do more videos on, really breaking down, how to set up these different flows in Klaviyo and all of that. I'd be happy to do that. Otherwise, those are the three types of messages you definitely want to have in your SMS strategy. Now, before we go, I do want to mention a couple of types of messages to not include, or I should say that people just don't want. They really don't like. By far, the number one thing, SMS message, that consumers hate getting are interesting or helpful articles. So a lot of times, the business owner or a marketer, they think that, okay, SMS marketing feels a little bit more aggressive, so we should do more nurturing by sending people, useful blog articles or other content that we're putting out, thinking that it's, being more human and that you're sending a message like a friend to a friend. The thing is, people don't want that from brands. They really don't. And what I've seen more and more from our experience of working with different brands, and also just from the research that comes out about SMS marketing, is people, the point of SMS marketing is that you can get to the point. The messages are a lot shorter than they are through email. It's a lot more direct as far as how it gets to them and how they view it. And they really just want you to get to the point. So it's, updating them on orders they've made, giving them great offers, or updating them on different, loyalty program rewards, anything that's like, more personalized to them, but it's also kind of higher value information as far as what they need as a customer to get more out of being a customer. So getting more products, or getting saving money on products, all those kind of things. So all of this, like random nurturing content, so whether it's sending out random content or just messages in general that don't have any kind of specific offer or important update, it's just annoying. It just comes off as spam. People really don't want to be texting with the brand unless they're texting for customer service, which is huge, actually. If you can do customer service through text messaging, then people absolutely love that, and that can increase sales. Then the other type, and this is actually one of the most common SMS messages that brands send out. This is something that we do with a lot of our clients, and honestly, it's something that generates a lot of revenue, but people don't like it. One of the SMS messages that people hate to get the most, in fact, the second worst in their opinion on average, are item and cart reminders. So doing your abandoned cart, your abandoned checkout types of flows through SMS as opposed to email. A lot of people find that very annoying, and it increases the chances that they will unsubscribe. So what I would say to you is that you either could skip doing that altogether. However, like I said, if you look at your own analytics, but I can say across the board from all the brands we work with, those emails work very well. Those SMS messages work very well. So you might not want to completely eliminate it, but you should probably dial back how aggressive you are with them, meaning that, one person is not getting a whole bunch of reminders, and also that it might be, it might be more difficult for them to get enrolled in that flow in the first place, or to also get re-enrolled in the flow once they've gone through it one time before. for. So those are some things to look at. So I wanted to mention those because, again, that is a very common one. And so as you're building out your SMS strategy and you're thinking of which types of messages to include, then we've got one you can just completely scrap altogether, just don't even go that route. And then we've got another one that you probably would likely include, but you need to be a little bit more thoughtful about it than you might have been if you thought, well, let's just copy what we're doing with email and not make any adjustments for SMS, because that could definitely hurt you. That's it for this video. Again, if you want more information, if you want me to go deeper into some of these things as far as actually setting stuff up and getting it going, leave a comment below and let me know. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.